Hey Sam, how you doing?
Not bad, you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I want to talk about tomorrow night's match, but before we do, Plymouth got promoted. I think you're a
Yeah,
Liverpool fan, but any
the green,
feelings about Plymouth going up the Football League?
amazing. Yeah, it is really a big club. They get back 25,000 every week. Well, when they're doing well, right? When they're not doing well, there's about 6,000. But yeah, yeah, really, really good. They've done it. They've done it. They were on the cusp last year, but didn't quite pull it off. It's an amazing job. Yeah.
Did you send any texts home or feel homesick at all? Seeing the green eye?
Yeah. I mean, loads of my friends. I mean, nearly everybody I know was at the game. Nearly everybody I know went to Wembley with the disappointment of losing 4-0 to Bolton. So that was a slightly different uh, perspective, but they had a hell of a day out in London, that's for sure. Yeah.
All right. On tomorrow, obviously coming off, some tricky games. Friday was Friday, but no goals in Washington either. It's a cup match, but is the pressure on to get a win and definitely score some goals tomorrow night?
Yeah, not really. No, I mean, not gonna. I mean, everybody's trying. Theo, right? Obviously, I think we were unlucky when we went to Washington. I think we could have won that. We obviously went there to get at least a point, but the objective was to get three, and we achieved that. I think the start against North Carolina was unacceptable for sure. Yeah, and the players know that. We've all looked as staff. We've looked internally as to what was it we did in the build up to that game. That sort of cultured a really slow start. I mean, that was unlike anything we've ever done in preseason or during the season. So it was a unique 35 minutes for this team, and it's lit a bit of a fire in their belly. They are very unhappy with how they performed in that first 35 minutes. They were unhappy that they didn't get a chance to finish the game. So the players are going to be coming into this game with Chicago, irrespective of it being Challenge Cup, that they've got something to prove.
What did you
So
see
yeah,
on? Oh, sorry.
yeah, and as a coach, it's a great place for you to be, right? I mean, the players have got something to prove every day. Obviously, one of the things we've done of late because of the congestion of games is we've obviously prioritised the league games because that's the bread and butter. And obviously, we've got a pretty significant injury situation, so it doesn't perhaps give us the flexibility that we would allow. So we're going to be fielding a strong team tomorrow for sure.
What have you seen in meetings or on the training pitch yesterday, today that has shown you that fire in the belly that you've talked about?
Well, you just see it in their eyes, right? I look at every player in the eye, and you can just tell there's a fire burning. They are, yeah, they're not happy, yeah, and they're frustrated. They're frustrated with having the game taken away from them, and they're frustrated that that we didn't perform very well for 35 minutes, but then also saw that after those 35 minutes, and then early in the second half, that we caused them a lot of problems. So there are two levels of frustration there that will hopefully become one tomorrow for Chicago.
You've already ticked off your first home win as Houston. Sorry, your first win as Houston Dash head coach. You haven't had a home win yet. This team,
Yeah,
even before you were here, had struggles at home.
yeah.
What does getting a home win tomorrow mean to you and the team?
It doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah, genuinely, it doesn't. What's important for me is that the team performs well because that will help us out in the coming weeks and the coming months. That we perform well, that we play with a level of intensity and urgency and commitment that we've seen in other games. And then I think the result will take care of itself. It will only be a matter of time before the goals start going in. We've tweaked the system a number of times, and I think we are dealing with the consequences of that. However, in the league, we've gone away from home on 3 occasions and performed well. What we haven't done is we've performed poorly for 35 minutes at home against North Carolina, and didn't take our chances against Louisville. So it's important that we don't overreact to what happened on Friday. And I think probably my experience in the league enables me to do that and to sort of pass on to players. I sort of feel for the players as well because we have thrown different systems at them, but systems that we felt have been successful in hurting the opponent. I think now that we're going to get out of the congestion, and it's been a really really difficult time for everybody, staff, players. It's been an overwhelming 23, 24 days with 7 games, and we're looking forward to this game to put right what happened on Friday. looking forward to the game in Seattle because we feel we can go there and get a result. And then after that, we've got some solid time to train in a system that we think will be successful for us. And we've got a good idea now, Theo, what that looks like. We think we have a good idea of what those relationships look like and what the system might look like. But we need a little bit of time on the training ground to solidify some things and get a rhythm. So we're looking forward to. I think I said this last week. Looking forward to getting an opportunity to get 4 or 5 days leading into a game to train properly. Because all you're doing is trying to train for performance at the moment. It's one training session or 2 training sessions preparing for a game. There's only so much you can do there, and there's only so much you can do in meetings, right? You can't have 4 hours worth of meetings. So looking forward to pushing through this experience. We've learned a lot. I've learned a lot as a coach. I think the players have learned a lot. As a club, we've learned a lot in terms of the situation with players and their injuries. And we're excited for tomorrow night, that's for sure.
Last one for me, and I'll give the space up to Dustin and Manny now. 3-4-2-1 sort of from Chicago. They have that box with the five at the back, get a lot of work from their wing backs, Aaron Wright and Bianca St. George do a lot of the attacking. Yeah. What are you expecting tactically, strategically tomorrow from the Red Stars?
Well, I think number one, tactically, it's going to be like a scene from Gladiator, right? They are, when we went to Chicago, I've told the players that it was going to be, we were going to need to have an industrial performance if we were going to get anything out of the game. The conditions allow, the conditions dictate that, the field dictates that, their team dictates that, the athleticism and competitive nature. There's a lot of young players there that are hungry and are willing to run through brick walls for each other and for the club. So first thing we have to do is be prepared to match that, because it won't be the system that causes problems. It will be our ability to win individual battles. It will be our ability to have a structure and a shape that enables us to get closer on second balls and hurt them. So first thing we've got to do is turn up with our body armor on and go toe to toe and wear them down. So whether they play a 4-2-3-1, which they tried against Washington, or whether they play a 3-6-1 or a variation of both, it sort of remains to be seen.
Cheers! Thanks so much for your time, Sam, and good luck with the body armor. Can't wait.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Nice mustache, by the way. It's an absolute beauty.
Thank you very much. It's inspired by my grandfather, but that's for another time.